we in Tobago for Carnival with the award-winning band Fog Angels, Juve and Mass. 2 days of excitement, 2 days of jam on the road. We're Tobago's premium, all-inclusive Juve and Mass.
The Rangers batting first. Neven Stewart is gonna be out there with Tishon Castro. Tishon Castro will take first strike, and it looks like it's gonna be Terence Hines, the national team fast bowler. He's gonna start things off. Just yesterday, the Divers would have been in position to get into the final, and they defeated the Little Tobago Islanders. As I welcome alongside me Sid Gray.
Yes, good afternoon. Young Mamcham, the best of the two. And we are.
Yeah, it's going to be a leg bite to start, so
I hope we'll see some fireworks tonight.
yeah, I think this one's going to be a high-scoring one. Both teams probably the strongest batting lineups in the competition. In terms of depth, they've got Dylan Douglas on the Divers team here, Jesse Bhutan, Lender Simmons, obviously, Terence Hines himself. But the guys out there now, Neven Stewart and Castro, both destructive players. Jason Mohammed, Cephas Cooper, Christopher Vincent, all of these guys. So it should be an interesting one, should be a high-scoring one. Well fielded there from Bhutan at mid-off. Down the leg side, good pace on that one from Hines. Not running in fully. You could see that he's just getting off of a short run there.
Yes, it seems like he's just bowling within himself here. But still, just within himself, I think he can cause some trouble here to Stewart.
And he's very strong.
Oh, and he's shock on the helmet there.
Well, well, well. Good morning, Neven Stewart. Let's have a look at that one again. Maybe not getting up as much as Stewart would have expected. It looks to just come off the gloves, in fact. And well bowled from Terence Hines following Stewart. Goes short again, and Stewart unable to make any connection there. It's good stuff from Terence Hines.
Having Stewart on his back foot.
You can see that, you know, even though he's bowling off that short run, so strong off his shoulders that he's still getting some good piece. So delivery, and this time one bounce into the boundary for 4.
That's the nature of Stewart. You cannot give him anything loose. One was just in the slot.
It just took all the pace off of it, but Stewart did well, waited on it and hit it over mid-wicket for 4. It's a thinking player, is Neven Stewart, very experienced. He's played at high levels of cricket, CPL, he's played for Trinidad and Tobago. So brings with him a wealth of experience. Pulled away powerfully, and Simmons can't stop it. It runs into the boundary for 4.
That's a good pull there. Sammy kept it down. Simmons was just 2 meters away. Couldn't even get that. That was well struck there by Neven Stewart.
So it looks like it's going to be the skipper, Jaron Alfred, to take things over.
Yes, John Alfred is into the attack. Knowing Alfred, I can bet you he will be bowling short.
Yeah. So that worked for him a bit more yesterday. So delivery, that one not getting up whatsoever. Well fielded from the fielder there, cover.
Well fielded there by Akko George.
Well played from Castro there through the gap, and in fact it's brilliantly fielded once again from Akko George. Castro seeing a tough time out there so far. 3 deliveries, yet to get off the mark. It's good bowling from Alfredo, bowling well to his field. Not allowing Castro to get under any of these deliveries. Well, as I said, that straight to Simmons, and there's no stopping that one. Castro hit that one really hard down the ground.
The high standard for Lender Simmons. No, he will be disappointed in himself that he didn't take that one.
Just a single in the end. Good stop, if anything, from Simmons. A bit of planning here. Change the field. Everyone from the offside just takes a couple of steps to their right. Just mean that Alfred might bowl a bit fuller to Neven Stewart. In fact, he goes short, the double bluff. Well bowled. Good pace on that from Alfred. And once again, the short ball causing some problems for Neven Stewart.
That's smart ploy there. Once you are bowling those short balls into the body of Stewart, once he cannot get on or he frees arms, that's a good ploy there.
Good thinking, and you could see the experience Terence Hines just having a couple of words with Alfred, keeping him calm, letting him know he has the support of his teammates. Shot again, and this time it's pulled, and pulled all the way for 6.
That's a massive blow there. Set on his back foot, waiting for that short ball. That one was too slow. Right in the slot there for Stewart.
Well played from Stewart, and yeah, you could just see that he waited on his back foot. I think he knew that Alfred was going to go short. And I think now Stewart is on top because Alfred may have to be a bit fuller with the new field that he has. He's got a long off in place now, as well as a deep mid wicket. Once again, Terence Hines just having a word with him. Could just see the umpire just letting them know that, you know, they need to hurry it up a bit. And another change to the field. Fielder along off Lender Simmons. He comes into the circle now, and Douglas goes out to deep extra cover. Slow delivery from Jan Alfred, and a single to finish. 2 overs completed now, 18 without loss. A good start. Hit into the gap, and Terence Hines unable to get there in the end.
I think that's the wrong line there for Neven Stewart. He's giving him too much room to swing his arms.
It was never really going to be an easy stop for Hines there as well. The ball was bouncing, going towards the boundary there. Goes again, and this time it's Bhutan out there at deep backward square. Does well and fires the return in. They get 2 more. So a really good over for the Buccoo Reef, the Rainforest Rangers here, in fact. So they move on now to 32 in 2.4 overs.
He's tugging everything onto his leg side. He's going with the spin. I think one needs to try to bowl a drifter here.
Well bowled there. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that ball that would drift straight across. And even Stewart could bring the top edge into play now. It's definitely a good idea. Stewart down the wicket and an inside edge is running close to the boundary. Bhutan gets around and stops it, and they're going to get 2 more. So expensive over from Kwani Thomas, 16 off it. At the end of 3, it's 34 without loss.
We in Tobago for Carnival with the award-winning band Fog Angels, Juve and Mass. 2 days of excitement, 2 days of jam on the road. We're Tobago's premium, all-inclusive Juve and Mass band that consist of costume, free drinks, free food, goodie bags, makeup artist, t-shirt cut designer, pre-party, after-party under beach, live DJs, Juve and Mass in paradise. Play safe, play sexy, play Fog Angels. An experience of a lifetime awaits you.
Well, looks like it's going to be Terence Hines in for his second over. He's so Dijon Charles with the ball in hand for a second, but they decided to change their mind now. They've gone with back to Hines, whose first over was excellent really in the context of the game, just 9 of it.
I think they're trying to break this partnership, get some momentum.
In fact, looks like he's going to go round the wicket to Castro. Power play overtaken. So that's why Hines is back in. And Stewart, you're right. Stewart tends to take the power play over early.
Thought after that over he has some momentum, so he thought he will go after the rest of bowling.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's also a good idea to take the power play over earlier to get rid of Terence Hines' second over, because he's going to be the bowler to bowl their power play usually. So it's good thinking from Stewart. You take Hines out of the game early and then you target the other bowlers. 35 without loss now. The field long off and a deep mid wicket, and a very straight mid off, almost behind the bowler again. This one squeezed down to Dijon Charles at long off, and they're going to get 1 more. So good bowling from Hines.
Yes, he's bowling right up in the block hole, and with his slingy action could cause some trouble there.
And I expect a slower ball or 2 in this over as well. He's a trickster, and yeah, with that slingy action it's very hard to get underneath the ball. And this time too short from Hines, and Tishon Castro is not going to miss out there. 4 more.
Yes, a bit too short. Set himself there on his back foot.
Bowling with some good piece off the short run up is Hines.
That's a good comeback there by Terence Hines into the block hole.
And let's get another single. Brilliant from Hines there. Let's have a look at that again. Even Stewart couldn't get anything on that.
Seems to be in some discomfort there.
Something is affecting Stewart out there.
His wrists.
It seems to be his wrist. So we're going to take a short break while we wait for the physio to tend to Nathan Stewart, and we'll be right back.
Seems to be. Think you go short. This will be a bluff here.
It just might be. Let's see how Hines goes. Slow delivery. Straight to Dylan Douglas and no run again. So that is going to complete an excellent second over from Terrence Hines, and you just might get the feeling that he's going to come off the field and tend to his injuries as well. Or he might just go out on the boundary and field it. Not too sure just yet, but good spell. 2 overs for 16. He'll take that any day in T10 cricket, especially with Hines bowling the power play overs.
You see Lender Simmons. They'll be coming in.
He's been doing a job, Lendell Simmons, with the ball in hand. He's going to operate from around the wicket to Tishon Kasher. .41 after 4. Not a bad start by any means for the Rangers. Slow delivery from Lendell Simmons.
That will you get. Going across the batsman with the slow ball.
It's a bit of a leg cutter.
I think that's the way to bowl on this pitch here. The slow ball just outside the off stump gives all the batsmen trouble here.
Goes pace on this time and goes out of the ground. 6 more. Castro off and running now. Excellent shot from Castro. Short and into the pitch. Simmons again. Taking the piece off of it again, and Castro had to wait on that one.
That was a beautiful slow ball there. Deceived the batsman. Has to wait so long. Could have turned grey.
48 now. 3 deliveries left in this 5th over. In the air, 6 more. Nathan Stewart leading from in front here. That one hit the roof and went over into the car park. A big hit from Stewart. He rushes on to 38.
I think after tonight, I think they need to change this roof. The amount of balls has been going on this roof from Stewart here tonight. It's either the roof has reinforcement or it will be having holes.
I think with Lender Simmons, you know that he's gonna bowl. 90% of his deliveries are slower deliveries, so you're better off just waiting on it. And the ones that he goes pace on, you just look and push it away for a single. And this is good thinking from Stewart. Such a talented cricketer. I think he would have played a lot of cricket throughout his career with Lender Simmons as well, so knows him pretty well.
I think these bowlers need to be much smarter. Nevin Stewart doesn't score as much of his runs through the offside. He needs to try to push the ball wider, force him to play through the offside.
Short delivery, and Simmons ramping up the pace at his age now. He's going to need a nice bat after that delivery. Good delivery there from Simmons. Oh!
That's the nature of the game. In this game, you can't set fielders everywhere. And that's an intelligent shot there by Stewart. Swing hard.
So that's going to bring us to the end of 5. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back.
The halfway mark in the first innings in the Eliminator in the Chief Secretary's BAGO T10 Blast 4.0. Liam, an onslaught here from Captain Nevin Stewart.
Well, it's been a one-man show out there from Nevin Stewart. Castro set 1 or 2 boundaries, but he's not looked as dangerous as we see Dylan Douglas come into the attack.
This one's carved away, and it will be cut off. Not before they complete 2 runs. Of course, this one is for the rights to play in that final, the grand final tomorrow, Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time. I understand that before that there's an all-star game. We keep calling it. We keep calling it an exhibition game. I understand that it's an all-star game. Our co-commentator, I understand, Sid Gray is a part of the celebrity team. Our president of the Tobago Cricket Association, Mr. Cohen John, will also be part of the match.
I'll tell you what, it's not going to be any exhibition when Sid Gray gets the ball, because he's going to go all over the park.
You have faith in him. That's good.
I have faith that he's not going to go for less than 30 runs. Go for LBW appeals. That one was quick from Douglas.
No chance of that happening. Tishon Castro way outside of his off stump. And it's almost like Castro is expecting Douglas to go full on wide. He's starting just about off, middle and off, and getting way outside his off stump. There you see.
That one rolled. Well. That's something to look at going into the latter stages of this innings. That one wide outside the off stump from Douglas and did not get up at all.
A good take from Jaden Kent nonetheless, and good quick hands to bring it back to the stumps.
He's a very talented player, Jaden Kent. I think he's one of the best young Tobagonians around. He's probably second to Orlando
Hit
James.
straight back and just out of the hands of Douglas. And Liam, you as a bowler know how difficult those can be. You're veering off of the pitch, not to encroach on the restricted area, and you have to go the other direction. It was an opportunity created here And you kind of back Dylan Douglas to take a catch like that.
Yeah, I think, he would have backed himself there, knowing, the standard that he holds himself to. But Castro did hit that one very hard as well. So tough luck for Douglas. At the end of 63 without loss. And I think to be competitive in this game, they're going to need to get anywhere near that 120. 120 has seemed to be a mountain that the Buccoo Reef divers have not been able to climb just yet. I think, playing against them last night with the Islanders, we got to 120 and it was enough to defeat them in the end by, I think it was 12 or 11 or 12 runs. So it's going to be an interesting chase. The bowling is definitely the weaker part of their team. The batting is very strong. There's Douglas himself, Bhutan, Dejon Charles, and the Simmons, Terrence Hines, Jaron Alfred as well. It's going to be Kwani Thomas to take over.
Just to tell you, that even the chap with the ball in his hand can hit the long ball when he's in. Loud appeal, and the finger from umpire Wilson goes up. And given a life in the last over, it doesn't cost them much. Kwani Thomas creating the breakthrough here.
A big wicket there, the under edge from Castro. Should have tried, could see Nathan Stewart pointing to try to go through the covers with that. But be that as it may, that is going to be the end of Castro. And coming in at number 3, you have to expect it to be either Jason Mohammed or the deadly man himself, Cephas Cooper.
I walked past that dugout a little while ago, and Mohammed was padded up and all focused.
Looks like it's going to be Mohammed.
Indeed, it is the man, Jason Shadow Mohammed. And,
I think for the performances that Cooper has had and the amount of runs that he's scored, I think he's being underused from the Rainforest Rangers. Would have used Cooper at the top. I think with Nathan Stewart, you got Castro more in the middle order. If Castro comes down towards the end, he could, give you 3 sixes and 5 balls. I'm not saying that Cephas Cooper can't, but I think, Cephas takes a bit of time to get going, and once he gets going, I don't think there's any bowler in this competition that's good enough to dismantle him.
I tend to agree with you, and with 6.1 overs completed, three and just over half overs to go in this 10 over encounter, Cephas might be sitting down in the dugout hoping that he doesn't have to come out nonetheless.
Nah, I don't think so. I think in Cephas always, I went to school with Cephas Cooper and Aprima College for quite some time, and I've been playing cricket with him for a long time. He's always batting. He's just like Steve Smith. He's always batting. You see him in the hotel lobby having lunch, and it's a water bottle in his hand, and he's practicing his cover drives. He loves cricket, and that's what makes him so good and so different. He's put everything into this game, and he's getting the rewards now.
Floated up, low full toss. Just one. But he has definitely been a standout performer. And you've been across here at the different T10 competitions in Tobago, and Cephas seems to just always stand out, and he's always in the top echelons of the batters in the tournaments, even back at home in Trinidad. Club cricket, his name always comes up.
Bowled him! Stewart goes! And Kwani Thomas is off and running! A big wicket.
Yeah, floating one up, just slowing the pace a touch. Nathan Stewart looking to slog sweep to that leg side, and playing all around the ball. His middle and off stump gone, and one wicket that brings 2. And there's that old saying in cricket: take any score and add 2 wickets to it, and the complexion of the game looks a different one. And such it is right now for the Rainforest Rangers. From 60 without loss, 61 without loss, it's now 64 for 2.
43 of 22 for Mohammed. And Stewart, in fact, 4 fours and 3 sixes. A good innings, and unable to get to 50, but that is going to welcome the great man, Cephas Cooper, into the attack, into the crease.
I like how you say the great man.
Yeah, that's his nickname around these parts, Cephas Cooper.
He definitely is a talent, though. He is very much a talent, and we talk about in recent times, but I think throughout probably the last 5, 6 years, 7 years, whether school cricket coming up into club cricket domestically, you always hear the name Cephas Cooper. It was definitely a wonderful thing to see him in the red, white, and black earlier in the year as well.
Not delivery to start.
And I think it's not before long he's going to find his footing at that regional level and be a mainstay of the Red Force unit.
Yeah, he's the future. Cut away and cut nicely. What a good effort from Varma Ramkisoon there.
Yeah, I think Ramkisoon definitely saved his team a couple of runs there because that one was a hit ferociously, and only thing he didn't do with that shot was pick the gap. He did well because he got a bad bounce as well. It definitely had 4 written all over it.
It's going to be Thomas again to finish up his spell. His first over went for 16. This over so far 2 wickets and 3 runs with a delivery to go. And
It's slug swept in the air and over the fence in the direction of the river. And not necessarily a bad ball, though.
it just shows you the class of the player, Cephas Cooper. He's such a dangerous player when he gets going, and it doesn't take him long to get going in this stage. There's, at the end of 7, 72 for 2.
Run rate still above 10, and I think you mentioned a while ago that score of about 120, and you see Cephas there at the non-strikers and just shadow batting, and you can tell that he switched on. But to go back to that score, I think 110, 120 has been par in this season of the Chief Secretary's BAGO T10 Blast.
It's going to be Douglas again from the river end to continue. In fact, the bowler last over just went for 5 runs, and I think that is where the pressure came, where Kwani Thomas got some wickets in that over. It came from, that over of pressure from Dylan Douglas. It's good bowling in partnerships from those two.
Driven powerfully. Bhutan is in the way. It's actually caught because we didn't realize it was hit uppishly. And it hit us straight. Is that Jesse Bhutan or Dejon Charles? It's Dejon out there.
What a catch that was.
Yeah, and a bit of acrobatics from Dylan Douglas as well in the celebration.
Let's have a look at this again. What a catch that was from good old Charlo. And that's a big wicket.
Oh.
That is a big wicket there, the wicket off.
So Ryan Williams, is it? And that's the wicket of Jason Mohammed. And it definitely is a big wicket. He hasn't lit up this year's T10 Jason Mohammed as he did last year. He was the talk of the town last year during season 3.
I think that's the nature of T10 cricket. It's very hard to be consistent as a bowler, as a batsman, anything. Because you just never know, what's going to happen. You never know what role you're going to have to play on a certain day, and what shots you're going to have to play. It's hard to, it's hard to get an average. It's hard to.
You remind me of something our cameraman Clarky told me yesterday. He said, today is today, yesterday is yesterday.
It's Douglas to continue. Ryan Williams are going to go on appeal for LBW. Douglas unhappy with that from the umpire.
I think that was very close because Ryan Williams was stepping across, as most of the batters have been doing for the evening. Their trigger movement is to the offside. Middle stump and just missing leg with the angle.
Good bowling from Douglas though. That brings Cephas Cooper on to strike, and we know when he's on strike, anything can happen. This ball could be anywhere in the ground right now. Anywhere in Tobago, in fact.
He's so good at leg and offside, isn't he?
And straight down the ground.
Yeah, he hit a couple. He hit an uppercut the other day.
That one looked good. That one looked good, and it's given. Cooper goes, and Douglas is off in a flash again.
Yeah, definitely that trigger movement, and it struck in line with off, and definitely probably just knocking back off and middle, and it didn't get up much either, but getting too far across the line, looking to hit leg side. I think maybe if he stood his ground, he could have gone for one of those straight shots that you talked about, but looking to hit to the leg side and his undoing. So no fireworks tonight from the man Cephas Cooper. And that score that Liam spoke about, getting up to that 120, seems just a tad bit too far at the moment. Christopher Vincent, though, he's had some good innings in this tournament, batting at the top of the order a lot of times with his captain Nathan Stewart.
Yeah, indeed. And I think this spell from Dylan Douglas is excellent so far. 1.3 overs, 2 for 5. He's not had the best of tournaments with bat in hand, but I think he's showed up with the ball and in the field as he usually does. And I think that's the beauty of being an all-rounder. You're always part of the game. You always have something to do. Always have a chance to impact the game. And Douglas is one of those very impactful players. And you can see how much it means to him. But what I like about those last 2 wickets that he got, the batsmen are, as you rightfully said, are moving outside the off stump, and sometimes your coaches would tell you, if you see a batsman moving, follow him, stick to your plan. But Douglas is firing them in straight at the pad, straight at the stumps, and is getting the results for it. So this is good thinking.
And you say results because you mentioned it when the 2 wickets were taken in the last over as well, that he created the pressure with his tight over, his first over of his spell. And now we can see in his second over here, as you said, sticking to his plans, and he's getting the just reward for that first over, if you will. So he has the left-handed Christopher Vincent. He's going to go round the wicket to him. And Christopher Vincent and Ryan Williams are with 2.5 overs here to see how many they can get for the Rangers.
Slowing that one up, and Kent unable to get behind there. Lender Simmons is going to give chase. Well done, stops it with his feet. Yeah, fires it in.
The old legs still work, don't they? Just one of those cricketers that just seems to get better with age. Lender Simmons, much in the vein of someone like a Jason Mohammed or Riyad Emrit. You see them playing even late into their 30s, going on to 40, and still class acts.
Driven down to John Alfred at deep cover, and they're going to get 1.
So, of course, the Gunners are away to the winner of this encounter, tomorrow's final. That final at 7 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time. And the exhibition game before that.
And Williams goes big and goes all the way for 6.
Yeah, a bit of a drag down here from Douglas. And trying to bowl a little quicker. You can see he was trying to bowl a little quicker there, and the ball just seemed to get stuck in the hand and dragged on. And those long levers of Williams. Williams is quite a tall chap, and just using those levers to pull to the leg side and over the head of Jaron Alfred. So just spoiling his figures just a bit here in the late part of his spell. He has 1 legal delivery to go.
It's just St. Vincent and Grenadines battle out there between Williams and Dylan Douglas. Ryan Williams would be more known for his bowling, but I can tell you what, I saw him play in the Dream 11 BAGO T10 Blast just a couple months ago, and he does pack a punch. It's a long ball.
You were talking about hitting a long ball, and I waited for him to play the shot because one of the things you mentioned that earlier, a Dream 11 tournament in the year, and one of the things I saw that he did well was straight bat shots, and playing in the V is definitely one of his strengths when he's going. And he finishes the over with a maximum at the end of 8. It's 89 for 4, the Rainforest Rangers.
We in Tobago for Carnival with the award-winning band Fog Angels, Juve and Mass. 2 days of excitement, 2 days of jam on the road. We're Tobago's premium, all-inclusive Juve and Mass band that consists of costume, free drinks, free food, goodie bags, makeup artist, t-shirt cut designer, pre-party, after-party under beach, live DJs, Juve and Mass in paradise. Play safe, play sexy, play Fog Angels. An experience of a lifetime awaits you.
Penultimate over coming up here in the first innings of the Eliminator in the Chief Secretary's BAGO T10 Blast 4.0, already the 4th season, and it seems to be the young man Jaron Alfred who's going to get the ball in hand, and he's going to be bowling from the road or the complex end, the administrative complex end. Starts with a slower, short one. It's popped up off the top edge. It's running away to fine leg. Will it get there? It's a cut off eventually. And they complete a couple of runs. And a bit of a lazy running, if you will. Probably expecting the ball to go down to the boundary, but I think especially down in that end of the ground, it's just a little bit heavier towards the boundary rope.
Short and wide, and uppercut from Vincent, and runs very close and into the boundary for 4 now. What a shot there from Christopher Vincent.
Another Fog Angels 4 adding to the tally. Short and wide, it deserved the treatment, almost looking to give himself room, and in the end was stretching a bit for it, but got enough contact even at the bottom end of the bat. And a beautiful Fog Angels 4. Welcome Fog Angels 4 to the Rangers, carrying them that much closer to 100.
I think they want to go big. 25 they'll be looking at in these final 10 deliveries. 120 is a very good total here. Vincent having a slug at that. So delivery from Alfred, and well ran there from Rayon Williams.
And Jaron Alfred, one of those bowlers that will mix it up. He will get a lot of those slower deliveries. He had a good outing yesterday for the Divers, even in the loss to the Islanders. He took a couple of good catches in the outfield, and he was good when he bowled as well.
His 2 overs going for just 19, which is not bad. Anything under 10 in T10 cricket is not bad. Rayon Williams throwing the kitchen sink at that, and Kent unable to collect cleanly. It's a wide ball as well.
I think he's been struck as Jaden Kent awkwardly, and I thought that one was marginally close. Alfred just blocking our view of the wide line. I thought it went over the line, and Jaden Kent copping one on the knee. Very painful. Just not getting down with the hands enough.
Thought that was a bit harsh on the wide though. The Rangers. Vincent 7 off just 4 deliveries. Rayon Williams 12 of 3.
Another slower delivery, and you can see that you can see his plan is almost obvious. One of those plans that you usually buy signal here towards the back end of the innings. Slower deliveries, mixing up the slower deliveries and going full and wide as possible, trying to keep it out of the hitting arc of the batters.
Kent is really struggling though, and he's usually an excellent keeper. In this over, the last 3 deliveries have been buys.
He's going to feel that pain on his knee tomorrow, I'll tell you that.
In the air, Simmons smartly just stays back and doesn't allow them to get to either. Good running.
Good
good throw, in
good
fact,
throw
from
from him. Good running and good throw. Good cricket all around, because he's positioned right in front of us, so we can actually see that he's rifled that throw in and not missed the stumps by much, actually, from all the way down at wide long on deep mid wicket area.
So here's Alfred now into Vincent. Down the ground, and Simmons is there. Aaron Williams wants to. Vincent says no.
Loud call of weight. Don't want to chance it against that arm of the man, Lendell Simmons. The end of 9. The 100 on the board with those couple byes to end the over. 101 for 4. 1 over to go. Can they get that 19 to 20 odd runs that Liam's been speaking about being the par and defendable total?
It looks like it's going to be Simmons to bowl it. I think credit to Jan Alfred for that spell. There are 2 overs for 18. We'll take that any day in T10 cricket.
Yeah, although 11 runs came from that over. 12, in fact, the extra in the over as well. Was not that bad an over, because a number of runs came from some byes. And indeed, you were telling me during the last commercial break that Lendell Simmons is going to bowl one of the final overs, and here he is with the ball in hand.
Going to be bowling over the wickets, which tells me that he's going to try to slant the ball across Vincent. Maybe bowl some of those off cutters. Feel that he has. He's got a long off, long on, deep mid wicket, corner area there, and man out at deep square, at that deep cover point.
Let's see if Vincent is going to make that trigger movement to the offside.
Stands and waits, but no pace on that at all. And Jaden Kent is really struggling out here tonight. Usually one of the best young keepers around, and he's really not been on his game tonight.
Yeah, but good awareness on the other hand from Ryan Williams to call Vincent through for the run. Vincent in the shot would not have realized where the ball had went, and our producer in his glee, keeping one eye on this game and one eye on that finals down at Sanko Road, South Trinidad. Cricket all over, cricket all around.
I'd like to say good luck to the boys there from the Smoky Boys team: Dinesh Ramdin, Jed Gully, Sidil Diaz, Woodland Boys.
Lendell Simmons is not finding his mark. Is that a sign of age? The eyes are going. A lovely slow delivery right up in the block hole.
And getting that ball to just dip. And that was what was good about that from Simmons. As they get another single.
Yeah, all the guile. Good 30-run partnership here, though, between Vincent and Williams. And again, in the context of the shortest format, that 30-run partnership with that type of strike rate, just 11 deliveries, can prove invaluable in the long run.
I think they're going to need, I think if they could get 10 after these, or 12 runs of these last 4, wide delivery from Lendell Simmons. I think if they can get 11 to 12 runs in these last 4 deliveries here, they'll be happy with that. Got a strong bowling lineup. Even Stewart, Vincent, Ryan Williams himself. Young Josh Telemack has really impressed in some games as well. Good delivery from Lendell Simmons. Vincent not happy with that.
He hasn't bowled one pace on delivery in this over.
Not just yet.
Not one.
He may just bowl one. We saw him fire one through to Nevin Stewart, a short ball, and I think definitely he's going to have to go to pitch and point later, or even tomorrow, just to... In the air! High in the air! Bhutan's underneath it! And no stopping that. That's 6 more. A much needed boundary there for Vincent.
Yeah, so you mentioned getting about 10 to 12, and there is 6 of them off the bat of Christopher Vincent. I think he's realized that slower delivery is the modus operandi, held the shot back just a bit and waited on it. Swung this one, this time leg side over mid-wicket. Has it gone enough? It has. And there are the 12 runs that Liam has mentioned. It should be enough now to make this one a competitive one. Still one legal delivery to go, and with a boundary or a maximum, with a Fog Angels 4 or a maximum, they will cross or get to that 120 mark. Can Christopher Vincent oblige? Slower delivery, taking the run, and it's going to be a run out, and nothing wrong with that. You understand, in the shortest format, especially in the last over, you're running for everything. And Ryan Williams, instigator, but just too slow. And good work, good awareness from Jaden Kent to end. And that will end the innings on 116 for 4. And 116 for 5, I beg your pardon, with the run out on the last ball. What do you see here, Liam? What's your thoughts? Do you think it is defendable? Do you think it's going to be overtaken?
I think it's going to be a very, very close game. I think I'm not going to make any predictions just yet. I think it's hard to count a batting lineup like the Divers out of this game too early. Lenders, Simmons, Terrence Hines. And I think what's going to be the deciding factor in this game is going to be the man that, everyone's talking about him at this point in time because of his lack of form. But I think tonight is going to be the night where Jesse Boutan takes the Divers over the line. Yeah,
and on the other hand, and on the other side of the coin, you have a man like Nathan Stewart, who is always tactically astute. So the chill out bar mid-innings break upon us here in the Eliminator in the Chief Secretary's BAGO T10 Blast Season 4.
We in Tobago for Carnival with the award-winning band Fog Angels, Juve and Mass. 2 days of excitement, 2 days of jam on the road. We're Tobago's premium, all-inclusive Juve and Mass band that consist of costume, free drinks, free food, goodie bags, makeup artist, t-shirt cut designer, pre-party, after-party under beach, live DJs, Juve and Mass in paradise. Play safe, play sexy, play Fog Angels. An experience of a lifetime awaits you. Tobago for Carnival with the award-winning band Fog Angels, Juve and Mass. 2 days of excitement, 2 days of jam on the road. We're Tobago's premium, all-inclusive Juve and Mass band that consist of costume, free drinks, free food, goodie bags, makeup artist, t-shirt cut designer, pre-party, after-party under beach, live DJs, Juve and Mass in paradise. Play safe, play sexy, play Fog Angels. An experience of a lifetime awaits you. Tobago for Carnival with the award-winning band Fog Angels, Juve and Mass. 2 days of excitement, 2 days of jam on the road. We're Tobago's premium, all-inclusive Juve and Mass band that consist of costume, free drinks, free food, goodie bags, makeup artist, t-shirt cut designer, pre-party, after-party under beach, live DJs, Juve and Mass in paradise. Play safe, play sexy, play Fog Angels. An experience of a lifetime awaits you. Tobago for Carnival with the award-winning band Fog Angels, Juve and Mass. 2 days of excitement, 2 days of jam on the road. We're Tobago's premium, all-inclusive Juve and Mass band that consist of costume, free drinks, free food, goodie bags, makeup artist, t-shirt cut designer, pre-party, after-party under beach, live DJs, Juve and Mass in paradise. Play safe, play sexy, play Fog Angels. An experience of a lifetime awaits you. Tobago for Carnival with the award-winning band Fog Angels, Juve and Mass. 2 days of excitement, 2 days of jam on the road. We're Tobago's premium, all-inclusive Juve and Mass band that consist of costume, free drinks, free food, goodie bags, makeup artist, t-shirt cut designer, pre-party, after-party under beach, live DJs, Juve and Mass in paradise. Play safe, play sexy, play Fog Angels. An experience of a lifetime awaits you. Tobago for Carnival with the award-winning band Fog Angels, Juve and Mass. 2 days of excitement, 2 days of jam on the road. We're Tobago's premium, all-inclusive Juve and Mass band that consist of costume, free drinks, free food, goodie bags, makeup artist, t-shirt cut designer, pre-party, after-party under beach, live DJs, Juve and Mass in paradise. Play safe, play sexy, play Fog Angels. An experience of a lifetime awaits you. Tobago for Carnival with the award-winning band Fog Angels, Juve and Mass. 2 days of excitement, 2 days of jam on the road. We're Tobago's premium, all-inclusive Juve and Mass band that consists of costume, free drinks, free food, goodie bags, makeup artist, t-shirt cut designer, pre-party, after-party under beach, live DJs, Juve and Mass in paradise. Play safe, play sexy, play Fog Angels. An experience of a lifetime awaits you. Tobago for Carnival with the award-winning band Fog Angels, Juve and Mass. 2 days of excitement, 2 days of jam on the road. We're Tobago's premium, all-inclusive Juve and Mass band that consists of costume, free drinks, free food, goodie bags, makeup artist, t-shirt cut designer, pre-party, after-party under beach, live DJs, Juve and Mass in paradise. Play safe, play sexy, play Fog Angels. An experience of a lifetime awaits you.
So the Eliminator in this year's edition of the Chief Secretary's BAGO T10 Blast 4.0, Season 4, first delivery already bowled by Ryan Williams, who's been good in this tournament. Of course, the equation quite simple for the divers here. Get to 117 and you will meet the Gunners in the finals tomorrow. 2 runs to start, 1 wide. This one driven out to a deep middle wicket area, and they will complete another couple of runs here. So a good start from the divers here. And alongside me, the man Sid Gray.
Yes, already move on to 4 with 1 legal delivery. Another wide. He added to the total.
Yeah, so he hasn't found his radar just yet, has Ryan Williams. This one driven gloriously through the extra cover region. And the first Fog Angels of 4 of the second innings, the reply. So glorious, Sid.
That's a handsome drive there by Big Dejan Charles. The fielder only could just go beyond the boundary line to retrieve that one.
I like that word you use, a handsome drive.
He's a handsome young man. Not that I'm looking at guys, but he's a pretty handsome young guy.
This one on the leg side is pulled at it. It's gone high in the air and it's gone over the fence into the seashore.
And just flick that one using the piece. Dispatched over the wall for 6 runs. And that ball has gone for a swim. And that's a beautiful start here by the Divers. Already 15 runs off the over.
This one is bold. This is definitely a wide. I'm trying to hide the ball though.
Well, if you are getting a beating, you try things.
Speaking about the beating, I understand you're in the celebrity game tomorrow. Are you excited about being in the celebrity game?
I'm still being excited of playing sports at this age, Mr. Basso.
You're not that old. I don't understand what you mean by age.
I'm not excited that much, Basso. My 2 knees are not holding up pretty well.
But I saw you a couple of weeks ago in that game, looking for that Yorker. Just be one, a chance of a run out, a good running from Jesse Bhutan in the end. I saw you a couple of weeks ago in that Legends game. You look like you can be in the team in the World Cup qualifiers.
No, I can't. No. Don't get me in that context there. I don't think I'll be able. After I play one game, I have to take 6 months out. So.
Is that what you would tell Angus Eve if he were to call you?
I know. I would not even answer the phone. I find that really hard to believe, though. Once he's calling on football-related issues for me to play, I will not answer that phone.
Oh, bold! Clean, bold! Jesse Bhutan again playing on.
Cannot understand the shot here by Jesse Bhutan. Try to run that down to third man, but instead play it on.
So there is one delivery there, or a couple of wides in the over. So one delivery still to go in the over. And the first wicket down, 17 on the board. There's still 100 runs to get and 9.1 overs in which to do so. And Jesse Bhutan is walking back without troubling the score as much. And Lendell Simmons it will be. Coming in at number 3. And he's batted at different positions in this tournament. Lendell Simmons, he's batted down the order, 4 and 5. I think there was even one game where he batted as low as 6. Then he's also opened the batting on occasions with Terrence Hines. Dejon Charles, on the other hand, has batted down the order, getting the opportunity today to go up the order. So after some wayward bowling early on, Ryan Williams creates the breakthrough. Can he finish well? Simmons is back and punching, and will only be one to end the first over. At the end of the first over, 18 for 1, the Divers in reply to 116 by the Rainforest Rangers.
I think the Divers will accept 18 for 1.
So 1 over in, and it is Christopher Vincent, as he's done throughout this tournament, taking the new ball.
This will be a very interesting matchup here. Lendell Simmons against the left arm spinner. He loves to go after the spinners, but Vincent bowls wicket to wicket. Ball's not rising as much.
All the power hitting is solid in defense, Lendell Simmons.
Smart batting there.
He'll pick up 1.
And give the favourable Dejon Charles to go after Vincent. The left-hander with the left arm orthodox. Going with the spin.
Target now under 100, 98 from 52 deliveries. Runs coming in singles at the present moment.
Current run rate is 14.25. That's a very good strike rate right now, run rate.
Yeah, they'll want to keep it up. This one.
Poor fielding there by Vincent. Normally he's a good fielder after his bowling.
Driven uppishly up and over, and a 4 inches 4 off the bat of Dejon Charles.
Just swing through the line, over the short extra cover, into the boundary for 4.
Yeah, still the power play, so no fielders back out on the boundary in that area just yet. This one in the air, free swing of the arms, and it's gone all the way.
And Dejon Charles is in a destructive mood against this left-arm spinner. With one hand off the bat. That's the power of the young man from Goodwood.
31 for 1 at the end of 2 and the end of the mandatory power play. Dejon Charles racing on to 24 from 7. Lendell Simmons just coming to the crease, 3 from 4. And some 86 runs are needed for victory. Young Telemac there in your frame. Not before long he's going to get the ball in hand, young Telemac. But bring new balls, please. So the skipper, Nathan Stewart, will take the ball in hand. And now that the field can be spread, you're going to see a man on that sweeper boundary, one down at a long on, a deep extra cover. Third man in place on the offside. Slow delivery to start with from Stewart, tucked away. And so working the ball around in the early going here, Lendell Simmons. Almost like a pressure cooker where you're just waiting to hear that valve release and whistle to know that your pigeon peas are burst or your meat is soft. Lendell Simmons just turning over the strike. Not before long when he gets into stride, he may very well release that valve. Always so tactical, Nathan Stewart, very precise and always the perfectionist with his game. Another slow delivery, deceiving Dejon on this occasion. Always so tactical and precise in everything that he does in and around the game. And I recall seeing him during one of the earlier Dream 11 tournaments over here, defending a low total just by the mere tactics that he employed in the field as a captain. Lovely executed Yorker.
But well played there by Dejon Charles. And he's striking the ball. He strikes that ball very hard and far.
Yeah, we saw that in the last over, that one-handed shot went a mighty long way. Shorter, and Simmons is pulling. And they'll complete one run. Of course, if you're following the T20 World Cup, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh locked in action, as well as Afghanistan and New Zealand. And get this, Afghanistan are 101 without loss after 13 against New Zealand.
Stewart is in some pain there. He's calling for the physio.
Yeah, seemed to just cop a little knock on the hand.
physio seems to be magic. Men and women. Players seems to be in pain, and soon as the physio comes out and put on, as we say, the magic spray, the players are all back and ready.
He is so committed to his game, and even Stewart is going to continue. And this one up in the air, just short of that fielder at cover. So a dot ball to finish the Nathan Stewart over. And at the end of 3, it's a 35 for 1, chasing 117 for victory.
We in Tobago for Carnival with the award-winning band Fog Angels, Juve and Mass. 2 days of excitement, 2 days of jam on the road. We're Tobago's premium, all-inclusive Juve and Mass band that consists of costume, free drinks, free food, goodie bags, makeup artist, t-shirt cut designer, pre-party, after-party under beach, live DJs, Juve and Mass in paradise. Play safe, play sexy, play Fog Angels. An experience of a lifetime awaits you.
So 35 for 1 after 3. And an interesting tactic here by the Buccoo Reef divers, opting to take their batting power play immediately, or a couple overs after the end of the mandatory power play.
Tishon Castro.
Of course, Tishon Castro was in and amongst runs and wickets in last season's edition of this BAGO T10, the Chief Secretary BAGO T10 Blast.
Could be a very interesting battle here.
Full toss and struck away down to
got a run in there by Charles.
mid wicket.
Pick up 2 there.
Another low full toss,
and that's a 13th man there.
Yeah.
You see 12th or the 13th man. Save a boundary there. That shot was well placed, too straight.
Struck on the pad, loud appeal. It seemed to be struck outside a leg though. He is standing outside leg. A little bit of a trigger movement.
Pitching outside leg.
Hit on the boot and seemed to be drifting back into the pad, into the stumps.
Yes, but that pitched outside leg, so that doesn't count. Once that has pitched outside leg, you cannot get LBW, so that's a good call here by the umpire.
So looking for those pads again. After some lusty blows, Dejon Charles is finding the going a little bit tough here against Tishon Castro. Lovely bit of tail back into the batter. At a similar stage in their innings, the Rangers were 34 without loss, so the Divers are ahead of the game. Runs wise, they've lost that one wicket. I don't think they would have envisaged this when Linda Simmons chose to take the batting power play now. They would have expected a few more runs than this. Down the leg side will be called a wide.
The Rangers bowling a bit too much wide for me. They start off a pretty little ragged for me, but that's total. I'm not saying it's not a modest total to defend, but they need to get their reader.
Full toss, swung away, man out there.
Dropped it.
And it's dropped. It would not have mattered because it's also signaled a no ball.
Two.
Yeah, so 3 runs added to the total because the drop catch running 2 and that no ball. So the free hit coming now. In the air, over the head, over the wall.
And that's a good hit there. That's a good free hit. That's the extra ball will cost you.
Charles goes again. This one hasn't got the distance this time.
Dropped it.
It's dropped down there. You wouldn't expect that. That's Christopher Vincent, or is it Ryan Williams out there?
Ryan Williams.
Usually a safe pair of hands. And you can see the expression. How costly will that be? So the end of another over. The score 49 for 1 after 4. So young Josh Telemacher will get the ball in hand. And the equation still 68 from 36 deliveries, which in the modern era is definitely a gettable target. The caliber of Lendell Simmons, along with the informed batting at present of Dejon Charles. The Divers should be confident at this point of
Well, I have to
getting
say
these runs.
Yes, I have to say Lendell Simmons is not really going after the bowling as yet, but Dejon Charles is doing the heavy lifting, and I think the two batsmen, Lendell Simmons, needs to take some of the weight off of Dejon Charles. Needs to get going here.
He is one of those batters, though, we've seen through the years that can flick a switch in an instant. and just get going. A young Telemac it is then. Starts right on the money. And he's been good in this tournament as young Josh Telemac. There was that 1 over that he was taken to the cleaners. Was it Jet Gooley that went after him?
Yes, Jet Gooley.
And he's come back. He came back well the next day and bowled quite steadily. We saw a bit of him yesterday with the bat as well. Short, pulled, and he will find the gap. A Fog Angels 4, another one. It's a Dejon Charles.
And all the fielders has to do is just to go over the ropes and retrieve that one. Was well hit between long on and deep mid wicket.
Yeah, that boundary will bring up the 50 for the Buccoo Reef Divers. So just almost halfway there. Short again, not getting the timing, not connecting. A bit of an errant throw from Ned behind the stumps. And no damage done in the end.
Onto the pad.
Yeah, on another day, he may have played that onto his stumps, as Jesse Boutan did before him.
When it is your day, it's your day. Things go your way.
38 off 17 deliveries, we can definitely see that. Swung, leg side in the air, looking for the similar gap, but will be cut off. And just one. He has such a nice free flow of the arms and free flow of the bat, does Dejon Charles.
A nice young man, very quiet. Minute, yeah, but very aggressive with the bat.
Like chalk and cheese. On the field and off the field. Tucked away by Simmons. Get one. Coming hard for the second. Chance of the run out. He's in safely.
That's good run in there by Lendl Simmons. Putting the fieldsman under pressure.
Yeah, I think Simmons may very well favor this matchup. A matchup in the sense of Telemac being still quite young in his career. Simmons might see this as an opportunity to go after him. Short, and everyone's asking.
That's so wide.
The two batters are asking, and eventually square leg umpire lets us know. We can take a look, and it just on that angle just seemed to pass just by the head of Simmons actually. Of course, straight on you can't really tell.
Yeah, it could be very close. Tight call.
Start. You want to finish well, Telemac. Full and wide. And we'll end the over with a single to Lendl Simmons. 58 for 1 at the halfway mark in the run chase.
We're back here. 59 required in 5 overs. Lendl Simmons struggling out there at this point in time. 10 of 11. Down the ground again.
Not getting the ball off the middle cleanly. He's struggling with his timing here today.
I think that last over there from
But Dejon Charles seems to be middling everything. That's a clean strike there, straight back over the bowler head for 6 runs.
what a shot that was from Dejon Charles. And just over pitch from Castro, you can see what he's trying to do, get that Yorker up. And Dejon Charles is hitting through the line of the ball, something he does so well. And that takes him now to 48.
Yes, Dejon Charles here. Thank you, Mr. Castro.
Goes again, no ball signal, and 6 more.
Can't bowl no balls. And that's his 50, Dejon Charles. Lendl Simmons is not middling the ball, but Dejon Charles is middling everything.
That's his 50 up there, 2 4s, 5 6s.
Up in the slot.
Yeah, I think Castro's really struggling here in this over. He's missed his length twice now in a row, and the same result, 6 more. And even worse, a free hit coming up. Goes for the wide Yorker, and that one runs into the boundary for 4. Dejon Charles is putting on a show here.
He's middling everything.
He's smoking everything out of the park now. 58 of 23 deliveries.
He's seeing that white ball like a big breadfruit.
So a delivery, brilliant delivery that from Castro. They should have tried that a bit earlier, I thought. I think taking all the piece of that one and getting a bit of cut as well away from Charles. I think, you know, with the pace that Castro has, wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe try to shorten up now on Dejon Charles.
I think the slower ball just outside the off stump is the best ball for me.
Full on wide this time. No wide signal by the umpire there. Have a look at that again. That one looked pretty close. Good delivery. I think it moved after passing the batsman, so we'll go to Castro there. We want to finish strongly. It's been a rough over. So delivery, good delivery from Charles and Vincent. In fact, that's an even Stewart there. No, it is Vincent. So they're going to get a single to finish at the end of 6. 77 for 1. 40 and 4.
Wasn't a single, that was a dot ball.
Dot ball, in fact,
Yes.
you're right.
Ten runs and over, 44 from 4. Basically 10 runs and over, that's gettable. The way how Dejon Charles is striking the ball, seems that 10 runs and over will be nothing for him.
Yeah, I think the way that he's been going, I think now it looks like they're going to take the power play over. No, they're not. So it's going to be Nathan Stewart. 76 for 1. This game could be done in 2 or 3 overs.
I know you will be going for the slower balls. I know Lendl Simmons will set himself for the slower balls.
I think he might look to fire through a Yorker. We saw in Mariah when these two teams met for the first time that Dejon Charles, Simmons in fact, was bowled off a very quick Yorker from Stewart. So a lot of options for Stewart here. Yeah, thought that one was going to come, that slow delivery. Slow ball bouncer.
Thought that one would have called wide as well.
I think what's going to work against Stewart here, I think that was good. What's going to go against Nathan Stewart here is that now that the first ball's out of the way, he can't bowl another short ball. Simmons will know that, he's going to be a bit fuller. It's just about slower balls. And yeah, definitely.
Setting himself for that slower ball and those Yorkers.
Brilliant from Stewart. Excellent delivery from Nathan Stewart. Full of tricks. Get that ball to move around, can ramp up his pace. Even now at this stage of his career, he's still pretty quick. Could see him just looking around, making sure everything is set. And he's going to be bowling to the more dangerous of the two at this stage of the game, Dejon Charles.
Can't miss his length here.
Good delivery, and the pace was taken off of it. Dejon Charles just working it down to Cooper at deep mid wicket. It's brilliant from Stewart again. (11 of 13). Simmons has not had a great time out there so far. In the air, Vincent drops it. But he's done well to not let that one go for 4, just a single. Almost had it, Christopher Vincent, but good presence of mind to not let the ball go for 4 after dropping it. Excellent from Vincent.
Lendl Simmons is living a charm life, although he's
I think it's about time that he makes use of it, Simo. 12 or 14 is not, so rightfully said, has not been middling the ball at all. Stewart, short delivery, an appeal for caught behind. This maybe an under edge. I mean, we've got to look at this spell from Nathan Stewart. 1.5 overs so far, just 1 delivery to go. He's not picked up a wicket just yet, but just 7 runs. It's been excellent. And I think this over has most definitely pulled the game back in the favour of the Rangers.
I would say the game is still 50-50 because wickets in hand as well.
That is true, yeah, just 1 wicket to fall, Jesse Bhutan. Slow delivery, high in the air, chance of a catch. Takes it, and Nathan Stewart completes a wonderful spell here at the Sid Gray Sporting Complex. But what about that innings from Dejon Charles?
That was a magnificent innings there from Dejon Charles. And a magnificent over from Nathan Stewart so far. Just 1 legal delivery. But that's the over. He's all bowled out. Now Lendl Simmons has to take over this game if they want to win this game.
Well, Terence Hines has just walked out to the middle. And we all know how dangerous he is. 38 runs in 18 deliveries. And I think you're right, going back to what you just said. I think this game is pretty much 50-50, but with Hines going out there, with Simmons out there, You just tend to lean towards the divers. I think there's still the power play over.
No, Vincent to Simmons. This is where it will be very interesting.
I think the way things have gone so far, it might be better to get Hines on strike and let Hines just do the heavy lifting for a bit while Simmons works out this tough run that he's been through.
You never know. This might just trigger him off. Just one boundary can trigger things off.
So yeah, it's going to be Vincent. 1 over for 13 thus far. Got 5 fielders out deep backward square, deep mid wicket, long on from a deep cover. Bowled him! Simmons goes! Vincent strikes! And the Rangers on fire!
This could be the change of the game here. Simmons has not have a good night with the bat tonight. Bowled him. Young Jaden Kent. Could he keep his nerve?
It's going to be interesting. Had a rough day out yesterday against the Islanders. He didn't get going whatsoever. Batted for a while, but wasn't able to get the ball off the middle of the bat. Ended up scoring
But
20 of 28.
But this is a favorable matchup for him. Left arm orthodox into the left hander.
I think Vincent's going to look to bowl at his toes at pace.
2 fresh batsmen in.
In fact, it looks like with the field that he has, he might just want to bowl wide. Full on wide outside the off stump, Yorker length. Not get Kent any chance getting under the ball. Make him hit into the breeze there. Kent is handy though. He has the ability to play the switch hit as well, which might be useful at that line that Vincent's going to operate.
And that's the problem when you have 2 new batsmen in.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, you want a set batter out there. Chance of a run out! And he's gone!
And this could be the change of the game here. Now Kent has gone. Not thinking. Jaron Alfred?
Dylan Douglas, it
Dylan
looks like.
Douglas will be stepping in. And this is the thing, the divers have power at the back here. Still Dylan Douglas, Jaron Alfred.
And so you can't, even now at this stage, you can't count them out. They're still in the game with Hines out there. Hines yet to face a ball. But I think you just need a little bit of composure at this point in time, a little bit of game sense. They just need a little bit of game sense at this point in time and just try to get the game home. And you've got the power. That's not an issue. You just need to settle into these last 3 deliveries here of Vincent. And maybe look to target the other 2. Or at least look for 1 more boundary in this over.
Try to get this over with. Who will be bowling the batting power play? They has to find two bowlers here. This is the problem.
Even Stewart himself has bowled out his 2 overs for just 7 runs on a wicket. Still got young Teddy Mack, who bowled a good over. Teddy Mack's over 1 over just for 9 runs, and Rayon Williams still has an over as well.
Still they have young Ross, normally bowls at the end.
Keel Ross, yeah, he did well yesterday, picked up 3 wickets in his over.
Slow running there. I think that should have been 2 runs.
Maybe Hines not looking to push too hard with his hamstring.
Hamstring he's carrying. He wouldn't try to push too hard to get it worse.
57 required, 14 deliveries. This over, what an over this has been from Vincent, and that last over from Neven Stewart as well. The momentum carrying into this over, and Vincent bowling Simmons up the first delivery, then the run out of Kent. It's all leading in the favour of the Rainforest Rangers at this point in time.
Slip in place.
I think something to note, tomorrow we've got the final, and the King George Gunners are in the final already, but they'll be without Joshua James, as he's off with the West Indies academy team. Single for Hines there. I think that's going to be a big miss with the bat and ball, Joshua James.
Yes, that will be a big miss.
Oh, what a delivery from Vincent!
I think that one was a bit too high.
Yeah, it looked like an outside edge as well. Let's have a look at that again. And definitely too high as well. So that is the end of over number 8. It's 82 for 4. It's going to be Josh Telemark to bowl the penultimate over. First over, just 9 runs. And an important over here, I think. Just needs to make sure that Rayon Williams or whoever bowls the last over has enough to defend. Here he is, first ball to Douglas. Tugging it away down to deep backward square. Williams gets in. And they're going to look for 2. Chance of a run out. And they're going to get 2. Good running from Dylan Douglas.
The fumble.
Telemark was not looking happy with that. Just 1 this time for Douglas. Good bowling from Telemark.
Yes. Keeping it tight outside the off stump.
I think this is where the real test is going to be, though. It's up to both to Terrence Hides.
I think he'll be moving around the crease here and try to get some boundaries here. Needs to get some boundaries.
And that's the way he operates. He tends to fiddle around the crease quite a lot. And that's a brilliantly placed shot from Terrence Hines, and it goes for 4.
Four runs.
Just on the line of middle and leg stump. And boundary to Hines.
That's smart. They need much more than that.
You can see that Hines moved across his stumps again. That's the way he's going to bat. Let's have a look at him again. Takes a step across. Oh, brilliant delivery from Telemark, a slower Yorker. They're going to look for 2. Hines wants 2, and he's pushing it. Well done.
Great run in there by Hines.
Excellent do from Telemark, that wide Yorker. I think at this stage you want to take away boundaries more than anything.
Yes.
You'll take the 1s and 2s, but not the boundaries, and this is good from Telemark. Good to see though that Hines is pushing through and trying to get this game over the line for his team. 26 runs, 8 deliveries. Telemark to Hines. Brilliant from Telemark, and bye in the end, but excellent delivery from Josh Telemark. And that's going to bring Douglas on to strike.
They need a boundary here, at least a 6.
Let's have a look at this again from young Telemark. This has been an excellent spell under pressure.
Slower ball.
And good work from Ned to get something behind it. Ned, what a captain he is. See, Neven Stewart and Jason Mohammed just having a word with Telemark. There he is. Telemark to Douglas. 1 delivery to go. That needs to be a good one. Full and wide ball, but good idea from Telemark.
I think his keeper will be pleased, even though he's bowling a wide. Keeping it away from the arc of the batsman.
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Didn't hit that one clean enough.
Douglas goes, he's run out.
Not out, said the umpire.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that again. That one looked very, very close.
Yes. Huh?
Let's look at this one more time.
Just slow it down a bit.
Good throw. Good fire through from Dangles, Christopher Vincent.
I think he might have been just out.
It's going to be 2 runs at the end. 1 over to go. 22 required.
needs to get bungees here. That was a close call here. Who will pull it off? Will young Russ or
I think
Williams?
it's going to be Rayon Williams.
Rayon Williams. Will Rayon Williams pull this off, or will it be Terrence Hines?
Well, you don't ever really want to bet against Terrence Hines, but 22 from 6 is a daunting task, and Rayon Williams' first over went for 19. Did pick up a wicket though, and he is a good bowler. It's gonna be an interesting finish. Let's see how this one goes. 22 of 6.
He's under pressure here.
6 runs! In fact, what a catch! What a catch that was!
Didn't sung pretty well off the bat. No.
Looks like it's Michael James. Yes, it is Michael James. What a catch that was! That one was on its way for 6 runs and a fantastic catch, and that might just be the game.
I think hitting across on the big feet, on the big side where the breeze is coming from, did help the fieldsman. And that smart ball in there. Let them hit into the breeze.
We saw Josh Telemack take a screamer a few nights ago in that same position down a deep backward square. Now it's Michael James. What a catch that was. It brings Jaron Alfred. Could Jaron Alfred be the hometown hero here for the Buccoo Reef Divers? 22 of 5.
He needs 6s, yeah.
Rayon Williams in. Jaron Alfred on strike.
That should be a no ball.
Wide ball signaled over the head of Alfred. I think that's not what you want. You don't want extras at this stage of the game.
He was a bit lucky. I thought he might have called that wide. No
He
ball.
he did call it wide.
He has to be careful now.
He just needs to avoid the boundary.
I think John can set himself up for the ball pitching up.
Right. Maybe gonna take piece off of it as well. So he might just have to wait. It's Williams. I think he's on top of the game. I think they're on top of the game at this point in time. There's no real need to panic. Just bowl in the right areas. Wide again. Well. I think Nathan Stewart just needs to have a word with Rayon Williams at this stage.
Yes, that was pretty lucky he didn't call a no ball.
Yeah, that one was almost off the pitch. Well. Interesting times here at the Sid Gray Sporting Complex. 20 of 5, 2 wides in a row now. Rayon Williams needs to get it right. Alfred on strike. Brilliant wide Yorker from Rayon Williams. Let's have a look at this again. An excellent wide Yorker from Rion Williams.
Brilliant.
Really unfortunate there for Alfred. He really couldn't do anything about that. Good delivery, excellently executed the wide Yorker from Williams. Where does he go now? Goes wide again. Should be a wide. And Douglas gets down. They get a single. And
It's not wide, yes.
It
That's
is
2 runs. It's too wide.
so there's still alive, still hope for the Buccoo Reef Divers.
Yes, that's a wide.
Good work from Ned behind the stumps.
Yeah. Seems to be out.
Seems like his bat was in the air. John Alfred might be lucky to get away with that one, but no, 18 in fact.
Let's
of
look
four.
at it. Let's look at it. Yes. Seems to be out there.
Gets alive. Dylan Douglas, the dangerous Dylan Douglas. Is Williams to bowl to him. 18 of 4. Down the ground. 1 run. They're going to look for 2. They're going to have to go for it. And this time he's out. The umpire took a very long time to send that one.
Jaron Alfred. Oh, this time. Yes. Chest outside.
Williams is in. He a couple changes in the field that he's in now as he's running in to bowl to Dylan Douglas.
And that's 1-6.
Well, the excitement continues at the Sid Gray Sporting Complex. 6 runs.
Needs 2 more.
And needs a 6 and a 4 to tie it.
I think Ron Williams has missed a trick. Needs to try to bowl those wide Yorkers.
Yeah, I think it worked for him earlier on in the over. I don't know why he's straying away now. Wide ball. Wide ball. It's getting interesting here. Ten of 2.
Just a 6 and a 4. This is very interesting. Change your gloves.
You could cut the tension here with a knife. 10 of 2.
This game has been swinging from one team to the other.
Putting his new pair of gloves out now. I think, maybe he's a bit nervous and he's sweating a bit extra tonight. 10 of 2. Dylan Douglas, the man to do the job against his countryman. 4 wides in this over. And is that going to be the deciding factor? 4 wides that cost them 5 runs. They ran a single off one of them. 10 off 2. Douglas on strike. Williams bowls. And he's done it! He's done it!
Slower ball into the pitch.
Brilliant from Rion Williams. Let's take a look at this again. The slower delivery. A good fighting effort in the end from Douglas, but Williams holds his nerve. Just needs to make sure he doesn't bowl a wide or a no ball here.
Just needs not to bowl a no ball.
Bowled him!
And that's victory for the Rangers.
They're into the final. Rion Williams, what a delivery.
This was a very entertaining game here. Both sides went for it.
It really was. It might have been a man of the match performance from Williams. 14 not out of 5 deliveries. And 3 for 30 in his 2 overs. So it's a bit expensive, but picked up the wickets. And that is the end of the tournament for the Buccoo Reef Divers. A fighting effort in the end. Not enough to get over the line. And we're going to see the Rainforest Rangers join the Fort King George Gunners in tomorrow's big final.